Yeah, let me export it.
Yeah.
There we go.
So we can sort of do a warm intro here and start the orientation. So I'll just present myself. My name's Ernesto Santana. I am the PMO principal trainer in charge of all the project management, education, and training. So welcome to the PMP class. Thank you for your interest in enhancing or improving your project management skill set. We have been, I think this is year 6 for this class, Ian. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is year 6 or 7, maybe.
18.
7.
So what is
So
that?
7.
2018? So 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 7th year of our summer cohort boot camp. We have kind of a few names for it, but we're very excited to have you here and being part of this class. We put a lot of effort and bring in resources like Ian and Michelle, who are going to lead the class. And so thank you all for participating. I'm going to just hand it off to Ian and Michelle. They're going to kind of go through the introductions as well. So just want, and if you have questions about the class, or if you are, have issues with any of the sign-ons for the additional classes, always I'm a good point of contact. Ian and Michelle are obviously going to be your primary point of contact for the class, but if you have any issues, always feel free to reach out to me. So here to help.
Perfect. And thank you, Ernesto. There's a lot of effort, as you guys can imagine, for these classes to happen. A lot of approvals that needs to happen, a lot of coordination, and Ernesto does all of that work in the back end for us. So thank you, Ernesto, for making these classes happen.
Absolutely.
All right. And well, with that, we'll say goodbye to Ernesto and his summer shirt.
Enjoy the class. I'm actually double booked, but I just wanted to say hello to everyone. So
Yeah,
have
cool.
a great orientation, and then expect the next series of
Yeah,
classes on your calendar after this orientation.
absolutely. Thanks, Ernesto.
Take care, guys.
Before I introduce myself and Michelle, Noreen, do you want to go first as part of the IT PMO delegation and double duty here? Noreen was actually part of our earlier cohorts a few years back, so she has some gems to share from being literally in the seat you guys are in. So, Noreen, not sure if you're on, maybe stepped away. But yeah, so we'll bring Noreen in back here in a minute. So I'll start and then I'll pass it over to
I
Michelle.
I am back. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
you're back.
remember.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
no worries, Noreen. I just wanted to uh, have you kick off as part of the ITPMO group, and also you were in the same chair, the same seat that our cohort's in. So love for you to share a little bit about that as well, and then I will do a round robin of introductions.
I'm not clear what exactly, and would you like me to share?
Oh, just start with introduction, your role, and also the second part is your experience as part of this cohort a few years back.
Yeah. No. Oh, I'm sorry. My camera is not on because I was at the gym.
No worries, you have a great
But
picture.
I can
Y- You're fine.
just give me 1 second. Yeah.
You're
So
fine.
I wasn't expecting this. You.
No
Um,
worries. No worries. You're good.
So my name is Noreen. If anyone doesn't know me, I am operations manager at ITPMO. A few years back, it was 2021, I believe. I took the PMP course, this exact course. Actually, it was first time when they. Hold on, let me turn my camera on. I'll try it.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I took this course. And I was a bad student actually, not bad, but I talk a lot and I'm like a really active
Did you just say
participant.
bad student?
That's why I'm like I answer all the questions and I raise hands a lot and so this time I will try to be very quiet. I will not interrupt. I will not answer the questions and everything. But the whole experience was great. It was amazing. Um, yeah, it was first year when they transferred the exam from in person to online. And yeah, took the exam, passed the PMP certificate. Then right after that, I got the job at PMO. Now I'm applying my skills. Actually, I just started applying my skills from the course because I just started managing projects here. Before it was all theory, regardless, whatever you learn, even if you are a good student, if you memorize everything, working is completely different. But I just started applying all my skills to work. And yeah, now I start recalling everything that I learned.
Awesome. Noreen, thank you so much. And glad you could join us today. So I'll start and then I'll head over to Michelle, and then we'll just kind of go around the room here with folks on the screen. So Ian Slade here. My background is I started out as a clinician, started working as a trauma nurse, and moved over to management. I ran the Heart and Vascular Institute at one point and helped organizations move from paper to computerized charting way back when, and just continued with running projects mostly in the healthcare field, from hospitals, big and small community hospitals, all the way to UC. We help put in uh, the PMO and also the technology used by the PMO, Clarity, at UCLA and across the UCs. And I also helped out at Stanford with a few projects over there. And this has been, as Ernesto mentioned, our 8th year of teaching this at UCLA. Prior to that, I was teaching this at Chapman University. And I'm really excited to be here with Michelle. She has made my life so much easier. And she is way better than me at conducting the breakout sessions. So I'm super happy she's here, and I'll hand it over to her.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Michelle and I work for Ian. I do not work for UCLA. So with that being
Work for is a strong statement. How about work with?
work with Ian, not
Yeah.
with UCLA. So Ian brought me on to help with the study sessions, which is where we really get into kind of the meat and potatoes of PMBOK 6, which is part of your PMP exam. 2 years ago, PMBOK exam changed because PMBOK 7 came out. And so on Friday sessions, Ian will be doing PMBOK 7 with you. And then on your study session with me, which you will sign up for today, it's also weekly, we're going to be going over PMBOK 6. And our sessions are slightly different because I'll give you an overview of PMBOK 6, which is really dense in comparison to PMBOK 7. And then you actually have time with the people in your study session to take practice exams. So you get to actually see what it looks like, see what the questions are like, because like what Noreen mentioned, a lot of it is not just memorizing the PMBOK, but it's putting that into practice and theory. So a lot of the questions are really, this happened, you're the project manager, what should you do next? And so to give you access to those questions so you feel confident going into the exam, that's what we do in the study session. And I will grade those. I'll give you the rationale for the answers so you can look those over as a study tool for you. I have slide decks for you of PMBOK 6 that really break it down to manageable chunks because PMBOK 6 is like 700 pages, whereas PMBOK 7 is like 150. And then I have note cards for you, notes for you, so that you can use those as study tools so you don't have to make your own, because we know that you're super busy. My background, Ian brought me on because I'm a teacher. So I do teach, I'm a public school teacher. I also, though, have a doctorate in educational leadership, and I have a master's in curriculum and instruction. So a lot of my doctoral work was in, leadership and change theory, organizational structure, et cetera, which really aligns itself to PMBOK 7, which is where they were moving a lot more towards servant leadership and shared responsibility, et cetera, in terms of your teams, and then manifesting and managing yourself as a leader. So that internal reflection, a lot of that is covered in PMBOK 7, which is what my doctoral work was in. So that is why Ian brought me on to do that with you. And we'll get to know each other in study sessions because they'll be a little bit smaller. There's about 15. So we split you guys into 2 groups, and you'll be doing that work with me, and we'll be doing that. Ian will have a Friday session, and then we'll meet the following week to go over a section of PMBOK 6. And that's
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much, Michelle. And again, thanks for joining us every year to help out. I can't do, and I'm not just saying that to be generous, guys. You'll see it firsthand. Michelle is very detail oriented, and it really helps when you're trying to figure out, how to pass the test. So I'll just go around my screen here. If you don't mind briefly stating your name, your role, and let's do something different. How about either the last country you visited or the next country you want to go to? So let's make it a little bit fun. Is that okay? So you can choose between last country you visited or the next country you are planning to visit. So let's start with, and forgive me if I mispronounce your name, uh, Sweta? Is that right? Okay, cool. Woof.
Hi,
All
well,
right,
hi,
let's
Michelle.
start with you. Okay.
Um, so I'm from a deployment team. We do deploy the data for all the build teams across the environments, and we also handle the projects.
Okay.
At the same time, we try to meet the deadlines and timelines. And that's a very short, like a short introduction from my end. And I'm looking forward to learn more things so that I can incorporate all this project management skills to strengthen my knowledge for the best practices, and also share this information with my team members to make it more strategically to meet the organizational goals.
Awesome. And share either a country you've been in or a country you want to go to.
Um, I would like to go to Italy.
Italy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
Awesome.
think maybe Japan. That's what we were discussing this
And
month.
Japan.
Yeah, we had the kids had a summer vacation, so we were just discussing what would be the best to go to the next country to visit. So we have been listening a lot of things about Japan recently. So not sure.
Cool.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
we'll both have great food, so I don't think you can go wrong. So, welcome, Sweta, and
Thank you.
I'd love to learn more about you and the work you do as we go along. All
Thanks.
right, next one on my screen, I have Lisette.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lisette Landaverde. I'm the SNP analyst from the Care Management Department. I've actually traveled a lot. That's one of my favorite hobbies. I've been about to like 19 countries.
Whoa, look at you.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. The last country I went to Italy last summer, and then I went to Oaxaca for Dia de los Muertos, and that was really fun.
Oh my goodness. Well, you need to share your notes with
Of
Sweta regarding
course.
Italy.
Yeah,
Have
restaurants.
you been to Japan by chance?
I have. I've been
Oh, there you go. So
twice, and I'm going in a couple months again.
perfect. All right. So you guys need to talk offline so you can figure out, Sweta, your lessons learned. How's that?
Yeah, I'll give you all my
For the
notes.
travel.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. That
Perfect.
makes sense.
Welcome, Lizette.
Thank
All
you.
right. Now let's go to Jennifer. Jennifer Palomo. There's 2 Jennifers. So.
Yeah, there's a couple of us here.
Yeah.
Happy Friday, everyone. My name
Happy
is Jennifer
Friday.
Colomo. Yeah, happy Friday. I am part of the informatics training team. I'm a credential trainer. I am credentialed in ClinDoc, which is all of inpatient nursing. Stork is labor and delivery, and Beaker, which is all of lab. And I actually just got back from Italy and France, and
Oh, there
I
you
think
go.
I definitely want to. Yeah, I definitely want to go to Oaxaca for Dia de los Muertos. That's like on my bucket list. So yeah, nice to meet everyone.
All right. So Jennifer, you need to share your notes as well with Sweden regarding Italy. So by the time we're done, you're gonna have all the notes you need. So you don't need to go to Google. Welcome, Jennifer. Victor Gonzalez.
Hi everyone. I'm Vic Gonzalez. I'm incident and escalation coordinator for UHIT customer care. So when bad things happen and things go down, usually I'm the one raising the alarms and everything. I've been here for about 8 or 9 years already.
Oh,
Let's
wow.
see, yeah,
Wow.
it's been a while. As far as countries, the last one I went to. I don't know if TJ counts, but with Baja,
That
the last
counts. That
vacation
counts.
I went to, I also visited Japan like a year or two ago. I do
Oh my
want to go
goodness.
back. I want to go there and to Korea. I'm actually looking at there's a ferry that you can take I think it's near Osaka or something like that, that would take you into Seoul. So I would
Oh,
like to plan
nice.
that.
Awesome. Awesome. There you go. Thank you and welcome, Victor. All right. My screen's moved. So Kenny Wiley, I believe.
Yeah. Yes, my name is Kenny Wiley. I am the inpatient refresh coordinator for the hospitals and all administrative sites. Um, and so my team and I were part of the team that refreshed all of West Valley's hospital before they went live.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, what I would like to do, or what I would love to travel to, would be either Belize or Jamaica.
Whoa. Awesome. Awesome. Hopefully you get to do that soon. And welcome, Kenny. Um, Curlin.
Hi, Ian.
Hey.
So my name is Curleen Ordius with Performance Excellence. I think the prompt is where we are traveling next or where we would like to travel. I just got back from Mexico City. I really
Oh,
loved
nice.
it. Speaking of food, my gosh, food was amazing.
All
Um,
right.
I am also a chef. I own a catering company, so I was
Whoa.
excited and inspired by my trip to Mexico City. So if you're a foodie, definitely highly recommend. And then I'm going to Brazil next, another place where the food is delicious.
Mm,
I'm excited for that.
that's amazing. I did get to work with Curlin on our performance excellence project with radiology, so that was really good. Um, I'm not sure if you need to attend this class, Curlin. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I've been wanting to.
Awesome.
It's gonna be a check list for me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Well, welcome again, Curlin.
Thank you.
All right. And guys, I apologize if I called you twice because my screen is rotating, so please bear with me. Jasmine Rojano.
Hi, good morning. My name is Jasmine. I am part of the clinic activations team. I am a project manager there. And the last place that I traveled to was actually a solo trip. I went to Italy and Croatia. And
Whoa.
I also had Italy on my bucket list for years, but Croatia
Uh-huh.
actually very pleasantly surprised me. So if it's not on your list, I would definitely add it.
Wow. Yes. I've heard so much good stuff about Croatia. Definitely need to go and visit.
Yeah.
How's the food? What's their cuisine like?
It was delicious. It's more like towards like the coast, so they have a lot of like fishes
Out of
and like
fish. Oh, nice,
mhm,
nice,
yeah,
nice, nice.
it was good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jasmine. I am going to get really hungry by the time we're done with introductions here. Uh, Kelly. Landa Verde.
Hi everyone. I think Kelly and I have been in other meetings too, so I always, yeah, I'm like, I always get scared. I'm like, which one is it? Hi, my name is Kelly Landa Verde. I am a my chart analyst on the UHIT side, and taking the course because our team has been CRMing a lot of projects, and I think the PMP class will help me like better understand the project management process. And then last country I visited, well, like Victor, Baja counts, Valle de Guadalupe, but if not, it will be Ecuador.
It counts.
And then country I want to go to, I would like to go to Guatemala next.
Whoa, nice, nice. My cousin is a parish priest in Guatemala, so yeah. Um, so cool. Let me know when you're going so I could have him bless you.
Yeah, I'll need recommendations.
Awesome. All right. Jennifer, is it Nang? Did I pronounce it right?
Hello, Jennifer Ng, like ring
Ing, sorry.
without the R and the I.
Ring without, okay. All
Think of
right.
it that way.
Awesome.
Hello, my name is Jennifer Ng. I'm an application analyst on the Pop Health and Interoperability team. Excited to be here in this PMP course because our team does a lot of our own project management. And while we follow
Yeah.
the SOP to do it, I think it would be
Okay.
more productive if we understand more of the reasoning behind why we do it the way we do it. The last two countries I visited was Japan in February and also was in Canada in May. And then my next travels will be in France. I'll be in Paris and in London.
Oh, wow. Beautiful, beautiful. Um, do you know where you're going to be staying in Paris yet?
I do. We do have an Airbnb because it's a bigger family that is going, but in like the
Oh, nice,
we're
nice.
close to the Louvre Museum, but I don't
Okay,
know what that
cool.
area is called.
Yeah, no, I know where that is. If you want a, an escargot place that is that the locals go to, hit me up and I'll send you the restaurant's name.
Okay, I'll
Uh,
message you later.
yeah, will do. Um, all right. Welcome, Jennifer. Pete Van Sant, is that how I pronounce it, Pete?
Pete Van Sant.
Oh,
Actually,
awesome.
on the Pop Health team, and so she gave our intro of we kind of fake it till we make it on the PM side. So we're excited for this.
That's so good.
Yeah.
This call is being recorded.
Yeah, perfect. So she did my background and intro for me, so I'm going to skip most of that.
Sure, sure.
Last country I went to was Canada, but that was probably well over a decade ago. So I'm kind of
Wow.
excited to start traveling again, but I don't think it's going to happen
Wow.
anytime soon.
Mm.
And the next country would be Australia. We're hoping to go to Australia as a family.
Oh, nice, nice. That would be pretty cool. Long trip, but it'll be worth it.
It would be.
Welcome, Pete.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Appreciate
Nicholas Joliffe?
Yeah, it's Nick Jolliffe. Um, so
Hi, Nick.
hi. I was brought on last year to do as a risk assessor for all the West Valley projects. So I was the sole risk assessor for anything West Valley related. And
Oh,
then
wow.
I've recently been brought in. I was a contractor for 1 year, and then now I've been brought in as the medical device security specialist. So creating
Nice.
a program around medical devices and how to properly secure them and that kind of stuff. So it's this is going to come in play. I've done a lot of project stuff in the past,
Sure.
but it's going to help me kind of re-solidify some of those processes because a lot of the program aspects of it is going to heavily depend on either being in formal projects or creating kind of one-off projects to on my own side to kind of manage the program. So and then for the latest country that I was at, well, it was Canada. We did a short stop in Canada on a Alaska cruise. So stopped in
Nice.
Vancouver. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thanks, Nick. And a lot of what we go into too, especially Michelle, in terms of leadership theories and how to apply that. These are very tactile learnings that you can use. We call it, things you can use, on Monday. Um, that I think is going to be very helpful. And also, we go into a lot of communication management, how to deal with, crucial conversations, difficult stakeholders. So I'm hoping that the lessons you guys pick up here will also make you more adept at navigating these political currents that we all go through when running high stakes projects. So really happy to have you here, Nick. Awesome. Go to Nikki Ham.
I'm Nikki from the ambulatory primary care team. I work with Jennifer and Pete on the same ambulatory team, so it's the same concept.
Oh, nice.
Being a CRM and PM of projects. The last country I've been to was Japan, and the next one I want to visit is Thailand.
Awesome. So for folks who've been to Japan and Italy, send your top restaurants to Sweden, things that you would go back to. So now you'll have a nice list there. Thank you so much, Nikki. Do you work with Jasper
No.
by chance? Oh no, okay. But maybe a different ambulatory group.
I work with Jasper.
Oh, you do? Oh,
Yeah.
Lisette, okay.
That would be myself and Pete as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're putting in the telephony system, the nice system. So you probably heard of that. Yeah, so I'm helping Hilai and Karina put that in. So yeah, so I'm super excited. So cool. Good to meet. Oh, go ahead, Lisa.
It might be a different Jasper.
Different Jasper? Oh, okay, no worries. Forget I mentioned Jasper. Cause more problem. All right. Well, welcome, Nikki. And now let's go to Edward Connolly the third. Very formal.
Yeah, I'm the only one left, so I should probably take that third off. But Ed Connolly, work for the ACSS imaging team, so we support radiology, cardiology, all imaging applications, 3D lab, etc. Looking forward to this. Again, similar to some of these other teams, we're asked to PM a lot of projects, and we do our best. So we masquerade as PMs, but it'll be nice.
I love it. Masquerade.
Yeah.
Do you work with Brenda in radiology?
Brenda Izzy, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very high up, so usually the folks just underneath her. But yes, Brenda's level.
Got it. Yeah, she's amazing to work with. Not sure how she manages her schedule. Like there's so many meetings and she gets to all of them, which is crazy.
I try not to bother her. Yeah, I know how busy she is. I go to her underlings, and then if
there you go. Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, last country, you're not going to believe me, but Italy. It was kind of a surprise. Had kind of a family emergency over there, so I had to go over and rescue someone and bring them back. But hoping to go to do like a real Europe trip and expand it like to Spain, France, etc.
Beautiful. Well, hope you get to do it sooner rather than later.
Sounds good.
Is it Ed or Edward? What do you go
Ed
by?
is fine. Yeah, that's what I go
Ed
by.
is fine. Perfect. Awesome. Alicia Davis.
Good morning. I'm Alicia Davis. I'm the COO for the UCLA Medicare Advantage plan that we just launched 1/1 of 2025. I've been here for about 2.5 years working on that project. The more you and Michelle talk about the different categories that are underneath the PIM it just solidifies this is the right decision, especially about leadership, change management, tying it together. So I'm very excited. I've been through one before, a boot camp, and it did not prepare me for the test. So I'm really looking forward to understanding, how this does exactly that. And I just got back from Belize.
Check
3 weeks ago. It was absolutely wonderful. I was trying to figure out how I could work there.
Are you sure you're not in Belize right now?
Well, I'm sure. I'm in Houston, Texas, where it's sultry. But anyway, excited to meet everyone in this cohort and our teachers. And I think it's going to be a great experience. So thank you for having me.
So
awesome.
Awesome. Alicia, I will add one thing so you feel better about this. The cohort is a lot of work. Ian and I won't lie to you about that. It's a lot of work. With that being said, we have like a 95% pass rate. So,
Yeah.
which is exceedingly much higher than the average pass rate. So if you didn't feel prepared in your last one, we hope that you feel prepared after this with all of the work that we give you.
Good.
And all of the time commitment you have, we want to make sure that you do feel prepared, that you have an idea of what the exam looks like, and that all the 10 weeks that you spend investing in this, like that you get something out of it, that it comes to fruition. Because of course, our goal is for you guys to sign up and take the test. Always.
Right.
The goal is for you to sign up and take the test. And we'll go over the best time to take it is after the cohort. When you start to lose the knowledge after the cohort, we'll give you additional study sessions. And, you know, I'm more than happy to sit afterwards and make a week by week study plan for you so that, you know, at the end of that 6 weeks of additional studying, you sign up and you take the test, because that is what our primary goal is for you, that you gain the knowledge, that you're able to apply the knowledge in your role at UCLA, and that you take the test.
Yes.
Wait. Michelle, what do we do after the cohort?
We-
What do we do?
We take the test.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what
Okay.
we do. It's 30 of you, and every single one of you should be emailing me within 6 to 8 weeks saying, Michelle, send me my certificate of completion. I need it for my application, because the
There you
goal,
go.
Alicia, is for everyone to
Test.
take the test, right?
Awesome. That's awesome.
We want you to get something out of it that's tangible for yourself. And we want UCLA to get something out of it, which is that you gain skills that you apply in the knowledge base for your role, so that you can lead your own teams. And you can, obviously, like other people said, we don't want to like just pretend that we know what we're doing, and actually have some basis for it. And so I know, like, the ITPMO, their main objective is, hey, we want people who can really apply this. We don't want you to memorize PMBOK 6, which is impossible, by the way, and PMBOK 7. We want you to apply the knowledge. And then Ian and I want you to get something tangible from it. We want you to have that PMP certification after your name, and for you to take that
Absolutely.
with you.
Awesome. All right. Thanks so much, Michelle. And welcome, Alice, again. And I'd love to pivot to Mike and his lovely cat. Mike, we're just doing introductions.
Hi, everyone. Apologies for being a little bit late. Mike Roach, I'm accountable for program and project management at UCLA and a couple other of our partners. And we are thrilled that you're here for our summer cohort for the PMP. And Michelle, I could not have said it better. You know, our goal is absolutely to get everyone to sit and pass for the PMP certification. But from a purely selfish point of view, getting more people to be very familiar with project management processes, proper processes, and why those processes are in place, and when processes need to be altered. You know which ones to alter and why and how in order to still have a successful project, and not doing it because you're winging it and you think you know project management. So not only are we preparing you to sit and pass for the test, and Michelle's correct, 95+% pass rate on first attempt. The international average is about 30%, so we do significantly better based on our approach and how we go about it. And along the way, we are looking to build better project managers, not just good test takers. So we want to make sure that it is instilled knowledge that's usable knowledge. Part of what we've built into the program is things that Ian presents, which are things you can use on Mondays. So we'll learn it on Friday. It'll be part of preparing you to sit for the test, and it's stuff that we can start using in our day-to-day work as well, pretty much straight away. And this is always a highlight of my year. I really do enjoy these cohorts. I enjoy going through the process and listening to Ian and occasionally when he calls on me to tell a story, trying to tell a slightly different version of it when he's asked me to tell the same story. Between us, we have many, 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 many years of project management experience, background, and training, and we're hopeful that we can provide some of that for your guidance and for your support as you get ready to embark on your journey in project management. So, long-winded way of saying welcome, and we're thrilled that you're here.
Thanks, Mike. And I've been bugging Mike, and I hope this year he starts to write a book titled "The Lady in the White Gloves: How to Navigate Difficult Projects." And you guys are going to hear that story sometime in the future. But yeah, Mike has an abundance of stories that really adds color to the rather black and white text that we have. So thanks, Mike, for being part of the cohort, as always. All right. Let me see. Chris, no love.
No fool. It's okay though.
No fault, sorry.
Hi everyone. I'm Chris Noful. I'm an ISS project manager under Bree Ramsey. I manage a variety of apps, infrastructure, and security projects. And I just joined ISS 2 months ago, so I'm brand new to UCLA Health. And
Welcome.
thank you. But I do have 7 years of project management experience. While I have on-the-job experience, I'm looking forward to getting some formal PM training as well as part of this class. And the last country I visited, I was in Cancun a couple months ago for an all-inclusive with my
Nice.
family. So that was very nice. And everyone's been going to Tokyo, so now I want to go to Tokyo and try the sushi and ramen and
Peer
just
pressure.
experience all the greatness. So
Awesome. Well, welcome, Chris. And yeah, Bree is amazing to work with. We've been working with Bree for years now. So yeah, she's a great mentor. Cool. Jennifer Mansourian? That
I
sounds
was
right?
wondering if I was the last Jennifer left. Hi, I'm Jennifer Mansourian. I am from the Unified Communications team in ISS. We manage like the communication devices that the clinicians use throughout the hospital.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, like the Vina phones, if anyone's heard of that.
Yeah.
We have a lot of projects throughout the year, some very large and some small. So we would love the ability to be able to PM our own smaller projects. The bigger ones, we of course need an assigned PM who can navigate with us. But for the smaller ones, it would be nice to be able to do it ourselves if we can. The last place I went was Japan, just like everyone else. And my goal is actually so I went without my kids. Sorry to them. But my goal is to go back with my kids because it's like they would love everything there. So that is, I just want to go back to Japan again.
Wow. Wow, that's pretty good. So Sweeta, I didn't know if you expected all this love from Japan and Italy, but you're getting it. So yeah, you'll have a notebook of recommendations coming your way. Welcome, Jennifer. And Francisco, did I call you already? I don't think so. Okay, cool. So Francisco, please go ahead.
Hi,
Floor is yours.
my name is Francisco Gonzalez. I have been with UCLA going on 5 months, but I work as a versatilist for the northern region, kind of all the clinics that we're building out up north. As far as recent go live was in Atascadero last Friday. These last place I've traveled was like a family trip to Mexico. It's a little surf town called Sayulita.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, for my land in Puerto Vallarta, not too far. Frequent traveler of Mexico, but something we're looking forward to with my wife is this coming month. We're going to Puerto Rico to go see a concert.
Ernesto's from Puerto Rico, so he can give you. He's not on. He double booked, but he is our principal trainer. So before you go, make sure to reach out to him. He knows all the nooks and crannies and places where the locals go for sure.
I will pick his brain.
Yes, yes, please do. All right. Kelly. I don't think you've gone yet, right, Kelly?
No, I haven't.
Awesome.
Thank you. Good morning. Hi, everyone. So my name is Kelly Ortuno. I am currently the project manager for the HIMSS department, and I'm here to continue learning and to strengthen my skills and also to prepare and sign up to take the test. Um, and as far as countries go, the last country I visited was Mexico, and I have a trip planned to visit Greece and Italy in October. So I'm counting
Wow.
down the days and hoping I forget everything while I'm over there.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I've noticed that all the countries you guys are visiting have just an amazing cuisine. So again, getting really hungry here. But yeah, I hope you can do it in October, Kelly, and welcome.
Thank you very
All
much.
right. Kyle, I don't think I've called you yet, right?
Nope, you have not.
Okay, perfect, perfect.
Yep, Kyle Rice, just like the food, real easy to remember. I'm a senior manager here for over managed care systems. I report to Alicia, who's also here on this call. Before that, because I just started, I was a tapestry analyst that helped build out the Medicare Advantage plan.
Awesome, awesome. So, Alicia, I'll lean on you to make sure that Kyle is in line then.
He keeps me in line, and that's why
Oh,
I
okay.
brought him over.
All right, all right. So the other way around. So welcome, guys.
And I just came back from Japan in April. My friends
Oh
got
my
married.
goodness.
About 20 of us all went to Japan. It was amazing.
20.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Now that is a project in and of itself.
Yeah, I was.
That's amazing. Well, I'm sure you have great stories to tell. Welcome, Kyle. Okay.
And just a quick question: what kind of food is Kyle?
Well,
bad dad joke. Sorry, really bad.
So let's see. I think I call on everyone with the camera on. Devendra Kumar.
Hi, good morning. I'm Devendra Kumar, been with the UCLA for 2 years. I work as a senior network engineer with the ISS, and I've done masters in electrical engineering. I've been in technical side for like last 6-7 years, so just want to see the other side of world. That's why PMP. Last time I visited India, I still want to go back to India. There's a lot to travel, a lot to see, a lot to eat. So yeah, that's me.
Lots to eat for sure. Well, welcome, Devendra Kumar. Um, so excited to have you here and to get to know you more. And Masters in Electrical Engineering, that is no joke, my friend.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
hard course.
yeah.
All right. Monica De La Cruz.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Monica De La Cruz. I'm the operations manager for Resnick Neuropsychiatric Hospital. For those who don't know where that is, it's on the 4th floor of Ronald Reagan. And I have been with UCLA for 9 years and psychiatry for 7 years now.
Oh, wow.
I do have a project manager that reports to me and a data analyst that also has some project management roles and responsibilities. So I'd like to, that's the reason why I joined this course. And fun fact, I'm also the assistant director for the PMI LA chapter for those who volunteer. Yes. And so I think joining this course really will, discipline me to really study and take the exam. So the question was, when was the last time, what country I went to last? Before we had baby, we went to Philippines and New Zealand, and I think Cambodia. And so right after we had baby, we stayed domestic and have not adventured out into an international or more than 6-hour flights with a 2-year-old. So we've been going back and
Smart.
forth. Yeah, we've been going back and forth to Kauai and Oahu, and then we're going to go back again in Kauai in a week.
Nice. What's the name of your 2-year-old?
Emmy.
Emmy. EMI. Awesome. Well, Monica, welcome. And yeah, looking forward to hear more from the work that you do. And all right. Uh, Shay, did I call on you already?
No, not yet.
Okay, cool.
Hi, so I'm currently with the clinical care redesign team. I'm currently a value care redesign specialist. I've been with UCLA for a little over 13 years now. For my last trip, I went to Bali in March for a volunteer childcare trip. Then for my next trip, I have planned in November. So I'll be going to Japan and China with my parents.
Awesome. Everyone's either been to or going to Japan. This is
Oh, yeah,
amazing.
exactly.
Welcome, Shay.
Thank you.
Let's see. Is there anyone else that I didn't call on? Cool. Awesome. All right. No duplicates. Small wins. Okay. Um, Before we continue, do you guys want to take a quick 10-minute break and we'll come back at 11? You guys can get coffee or buy a break and whatnot, and I'll see you at 11 sharp. Thanks for the intros, guys. welcome back. So, before we go into the overview of what we're going to cover, for this orientation, I'm thinking, Michelle, of flipping the script a little bit. And we can start with your section and talk about the breakout session. So hopefully by the time we're done today, everyone knows which study group they're in. So if that's okay, we'll flip and I'll have you go first, and then I'll go over the overview. So
Not a problem. Can I have that? The bottle, please.
no
Well,
worries.
the baby bottle really quick.
No worries.
You guys can all hear the bottle being made.
That's so fine. Yeah, last time class, we ran out of time during orientation, so I had to catch up offline. So this year, I want us to make sure everyone's in a classroom before we leave for today. So
I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen so everyone can see this, so you can get an idea of how our breakout sessions work. So there are two parts to this course. The first part is with Ian, who is your official instructor for the PMP. So Ian is a trainer of trainers. He is qualified to give you the actual training that PMI has authorized him to do so that you guys are able to take the PMP. So for Ian's class, you'll be there from 10 to 12 and 2 to 4 on Fridays. You really can't miss Ian's class because in case you get audited in your application, we have to verify that you have done all your contact hours. So keeping that in mind when you guys are making your schedules going forward, that those Fridays really do, if something comes up and there's an emergency, you can let us know. We overbook you on hours. So you have the study sessions and Friday sessions, so that if something comes up and God forbid, oh, I can't be there, et cetera, we don't want you to go into 8 weeks and then all of a sudden, oh, I don't have enough contact hours. So we do overbook you hours for that to happen. On Tuesday or on Wednesday, you'll have a study session with me. So Tuesday, 3:30 to 5:30, you'll meet with me. I send you out a Zoom link and I email you like the morning of, just to remind you, hey, study session is today. Or you would come on Wednesday. So there's two offerings. You only have to choose one. That becomes your smaller cohort. So you have the everyone, 30 people in Ian's class on Friday, and then there will be 15 of you in a Tuesday session and 15 of you in a Wednesday session. And then we will go over PMBOK 6. So like I mentioned, the PMP exam was updated a few years ago with the publication of PMBOK 7. Now, the exam covers both 6 and 7. I have for you on Google Classroom, which we'll be using, where all of the information I give you will be stored on here. And in our first study session, I'll go over Google Classroom a little bit more in depth. If you have kids, you might have already seen this because they use it in school. If you don't, it's a super easy learning management kind of platform where I can host all of the information. And when we do it, it also then I send out in like documents to you because they're sent through a Gmail account. It auto creates a document that you own. So you don't have to worry that you'll ever lose access to any of the information on your Google Classroom, even if I archive the class, because you will own your own specific documents that you can always find in your drive. Okay, so on our session, this is Google Classroom. This is what it looks like. If you sign up for the Tuesday session, it will say here Tuesday. I've already put a couple stuff on here just to show you what it looks like. The first is I have your cohort schedule for you. So I made this so that you guys can just go through week by week. If you have a question, you can see that we do have a Labor Day break, because we know that a lot of you that Monday, you may take off for a vacation, that long week, etc. So you take the Friday before off, and we want to make sure that you don't have to change your travel plans because you have this session, because you can't miss a Friday with Ian. So we won't have class Friday, August 29th, because that Monday is the holiday, which means that we also won't have our study session the 2nd and 3rd, and we'll just pick up the following week. But everything here is laid out for you week by week. The cohort is 10 weeks long. You can see that you will be done October 21st if you're on Tuesday session, or you'll be done October 22nd, right? So this is what your whole schedule looks like. Again, this is posted for you so you can look at it closer later. I have already posted your Zoom link for your study sessions as well. So once you sign on to Google Classroom, which we will do today, and everyone will sign on, then your Zoom link is here. It never changes. You can always just sign into Google Classroom, press on your link. It's the same for Tuesday. It's the same for Wednesday. It just makes it super easy. It will always be there for you. I will also send a reminder email. So there's 4 different parts of Google Classroom. The first part is the stream, where I post announcements like this that just need to stay there for you. Now you can see here, it says add class comment. If you have a question about something I posted, you can always just press on a comment right here and send it to me. Everyone will see your question. I can answer it specifically to you, or I'll answer it on here so others can see as well. So that's the stream. The second part is your actual classwork. Now I did put some stuff up for you just so you could see what it looks like. The first thing I did is I have given you the entire PMBOK 6 digital version, and I've given you the PMBOK 7 digital version. So of course, if you'd like to just use digital versions, they're PDFs though. They're not like hyperlinked ones where you can press on, you know, chapter 1, page 69, and it takes you there. You do have to scroll, which is kind of annoying, but these are here for you as you wait maybe for your PMBOK 6 and 7 to come in. If you prefer a paper book like I do, I have them so I can read and highlight, etc. That's also there for you. But I just have these up so you can start the cohort knowing what they look like. Like I mentioned, PMBOK 6 is 700 pages. It is very long. So my recommendation is, of course, read each section a week. So we start with integration management. It starts on page 69. It ends on page 128. So 50 pages of reading. Some of them are diagrams, but of course, I always recommend that you read it. You don't have to read it to memorize, but read it to read it. And then I will give you information on integration management like this. I will always have for you a slide deck where I have broken down those 60, 70 pages into a little bit more of a digestible manner so you can see what it looks like, and I'll go over always each part of it. So for our first session, integration management, you can see your processes here. And then you can see your key outputs, and we'll go over those together, and then you'll take a quiz. So I've done this to make it a little bit more digestible. There's kind of like some major components of it. It won't have everything, obviously, from those 60 pages of integration management, but it will give you all the phases of that so that you can see the main components of it. And then in our session, you will take a practice quiz. This practice quiz is open book, open note with your cohort. So you do it together as a group. And there is a lot of experience in this room. There's a lot of different experience in the room. And so that is why you guys do it together, so that you can walk through the question together and really talk about it. You will highlight your answer and put why you think that's the answer. I will always, when I grade it, put the actual answer and the rationale for it. So if you get it correct, great. You have your rationale for it. I'll also give you the rationale from PMBOK. And then if you're not sure and you get it wrong, I'll give you the rationale too. That way these quizzes can be used as a study guide. So they'll always be referenced back to the actual PMBOK, and you will have time in class to do these quizzes. Sometimes some groups finish them in class, which is great. Other times they get through half of it and they have to do half of it on their own. Then I give you some time the next session to like compare answers with your group, and then I'll grade it. But that is kind of generally what our session looks like for your study session. So we like to integrate the studying so you have some time that's just devoted to studying, that you don't have to like make that time yourself. Basically, we kind of force you to study and we do that integrated throughout the 10 weeks. The other thing I have on here is these are your slide decks for Ian. Every Friday, these are the ones he'll be using. There are 10 weeks and five slide decks. So you can kind of say, okay, we're going to get through half of slide deck number 1. If you'd like to pre-read these before you go to your Friday session, you're welcome to. If you want to pull this up so that you can see it really well while Ian's doing Friday session, you can do that too. But of course, these are study materials also. You'll have all the slide decks access so that you can use them. So Ian's will always be here. I've already preloaded them. And then every week I'll add your new module. So we do integration, and then we'll go to scope management, then we'll go to schedule, then we'll go to cost, etc. from the PMBOK 6, which has all 10 domains in it. The last part is grades. So it's not populated yet because I haven't graded anything yet. You haven't turned anything in, but you can always go to grades on yours and you'll see what you got on the quiz. The quizzes I just grade out at 100%. So they're either 30 or 35 questions and you'll get a percentage there. I got 90%, I got 82%, I got 67%. And you can kind of see where you're falling in terms of that actual domain, like how well you did on that. I will also put some information up here about the test itself and your application. So you can see a sample application. You can see how it's written. I will give you the link on how you actually apply to it and some steps to follow for kind of getting that application ready. So at the end of the 10 weeks, you're not like, oh my God, what do I do now? Like, I'll give you some of those steps with some information about how to fill out your application so that you have it. What we are going to do now is I'm going to give you this Google form in the chat. Please let me know if you cannot open it for some reason. This, I just need your first, last name, and I need a Gmail address. You cannot use your UCLA MedNet address because it will not link to Google Classroom. So if you have to make a Gmail address, please do so right now so you have it. And then you can see here, you're going to mark your preference. I can do Tuesday 3:30 or I can do Wednesday 3:30 or I can do either day. Feel free to put me in whatever cohort you want. I would love to give everyone their preferences. And I do that first, but we do need to even out the Tuesday and Wednesday study session. So I will try and put 15 in one and 15 in the other. If you really can do either day because you don't have a conflict, please go ahead and put that. It makes it a lot easier for me to get you guys in your sessions. And then if you have any questions or about the orientation, you're more than welcome to put your question right now. What I'm going to do is once my part is over and everyone's, we can already see 2 people have turned it in, 3 people. Very nice. I've already turned it in. Great. I am going to pull up that spreadsheet. I'm going to put you in your cohorts right now, and then I will send you all an email with your invite code to your Google Classroom. All you have to do is press on that invite. I'm going to send it to your Gmail address. You just have to press on that invite code. It will add you to Google Classroom. And then when you get added, it will look like this. So this is, we'll see all our people from last Tuesday's cohort. They've all been added and then they have grades that are marked in, missing assignments. And you can see this is one where the stream and here's all of their work, time quizzes, all the different things that you guys will have access to that again stays in your drive. So that is the goal for today, is that we get this filled out. We've got 10 of you so far. We've hit you in your study sessions. If you have an issue adding Google Classroom, we'll figure that out before 12 o'clock. And then you and I can stay on Zoom and get you in that Google Classroom so you're all set to go for your study session. Our study session, if you look at our calendar, our first study session isn't actually until August 12th or August 13th because we meet after you meet with Ian. That was a lot of information. Does anyone have any questions so far? Good to go? Yes.
I see Devendra has his hand up.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just have a quick question. So that study session will be showed in our Outlook calendar as well? Like, will that show us the book time? If we
I
go
would have to give that to Ian or Ernesto to do because I don't have access to any of that because I work under Ian, not so I don't have a UCLA email. So you I don't generally send that out. What I do is I send a reminder email to you. If you signed up for Tuesday, then I send it on Tuesday mornings and say, just a reminder, you have your study session today. Here's the Google link again, et cetera, et cetera. But I don't add it to your calendars, no.
But that reminder is going to come through Gmail.
Yeah, it'll go to your.
Okay.
And what folks have done in the past, you're going to be in the same cohort either Tuesday or Wednesday. So what they do is you just create a series and just block it off on their calendar so people will know that you're not available at that time. So
got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Carlene?
I just have a concern because I have a presentation with Stanford. I submitted an abstract and I got accepted. It's gonna be on the 10th to the 12th. So I will have to miss class.
That's fine. If you were signing up for the Tuesday on the 12th, then what we'll do is I'll just have you come on the 13th to the Wednesday session for that 1 week, and then you can go back to your Tuesday cohort if Tuesday works best for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And good luck on your presentation, Carolyn.
Thank you so much.
Sounds exciting.
Chris,
When do the study sessions start?
August 12th or 13th, depending
12th.
if
Okay.
Tuesday.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I didn't put my hand up, but a question similar to Carlene's. So I'm presenting at a conference one of these weeks in August. And so if whatever one I'm assigned to, I pick Tuesdays, but if Wednesday for that week works best, can I join? If I tell you ahead of time?
Yeah.
There may be a
Just go
few
ahead.
instances where.
Yeah, and that goes for everyone. If for some reason you have to flip from Tuesday to Wednesday for one specific week, etc., just let me know ahead of time. The reason is because when I send stuff out, that Google Classroom is isolated from the other Google Classroom. So I'll send stuff out to Tuesday, but Wednesday won't have it, right? And you're attached to that Tuesday classroom. So then I have to go and I have to individually assign you some stuff. And a lot of times I forget. I'm like, oh my God, no, Alicia, sorry, you're in Wednesday and it's Tuesday. And you go to your breakout room and you're like, I don't have anything. Like, where's all my stuff? It's because I have to go back and individually do it for you. So if you just let me know, then I can like kind of take note of that and make sure that you get all of the resources and materials that you need in preparation for that class. And then also during the class, I can send it to you. Obviously, the hope is that you guys, for the most part, can stick to your Tuesday cohort or your Wednesday cohort. One, because it is a smaller cohort, you'll know the people in that cohort, right? After 10 weeks and working with them, and we'll do small groups also in that cohort. So we want to make sure that the more comfortable you are with your teammates while you're going through the work, the better, right? So you can have open dialogue and work with each other on the quizzes. But obviously you guys are working full time. You have things like Carlene has and Alicia has. Just let me know ahead of time and we can figure it out. Kelly?
Hi, yes, thanks, Michelle. So, kind of similar question. I'll be out of the country for almost 2 weeks in October. So I just wanted to know if it's possible for me to like submit assignments before that time so that I'm not behind or.
Yep, you definitely can. Yeah,
Okay.
we can make some exceptions for that if you have to like out of the country. Obviously, we had someone go out of the country last year and they like zoomed at like this weird time to make it to the study session, which I of course appreciate the effort, but I told her not to come the next week. Like it was just crazy. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning over there. I was like, well, I guess you're already on, but if that's the case, like please don't do that. Just let us know. Ian and I will keep track of your hours, right? And we'll tell you if there's a conflict. But if something like that, you're out of the country, you're letting us know, we'll make sure that you have the materials that you need.
Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome.
I have a question, Michelle. I remember we did like a sign-in sheet last year,
Yeah, so
right?
I take attendance. So Ian
Okay.
takes attendance as his Friday sessions. I take attendance for auditing purposes and study sessions too. So please keep that in mind. I take attendance when you guys are in your breakout rooms doing the quiz. I just go through the Zoom list and I manually take attendance and keep a record of it because I know that like last year, I think Ernesto asked for it. So I had to be able to give it to him and say, oh, this person came to 9 of the 10 sessions, which obviously appropriate. Because the other thing is obviously UCLA needs to know that you guys are coming to your sessions, going to Ian's Friday sessions. They're investing, financially in you guys being in the courses. So last year, Ernesto did start asking for that. So just keep that in mind for your study sessions and for Ian's Friday sessions as well. Not just for PMP, but I guess UCLA or Ernesto was keeping track of it as well.
Yep. And for my sessions, just to make it easy for everyone, as you come on, if you can just throw your name in the chat, it creates a tally there, so it makes it easier for me to take a look as well. So awesome. Thank you, Michelle. I think we have more questions. Did I see someone's hand up?
I've got 21 of you who have responded. So if you have not responded and press submit on that form because you need to make a Gmail address, et cetera, please go ahead and do that. Try and get it done before 12 if I don't have you signed up for Google Classroom by the end of this session, I'll run who I do have against the list that Ernesto has for me, and I'll be emailing you to get you signed up on here to make sure you have access to everything.
Yeah, it looks like that should be it because we have 24 on,
Okay.
minus myself, Mike, and Noreen. So
Oh, perfect. So now I've got 22.
right.
I'm good.
Oh, cool. So raise your hand if you're having any problems signing up so Michelle can reach out to you.
Perfect. Then I think I just need to get the other 8 from Ernesto who weren't able to.
Ernesto. Awesome. All right. So that was super helpful. Thank you, Michelle, for being okay flipping because last time we didn't have enough time. So I want to make sure that we are all squared away. Okay, so let me share my screen here. And let me know, guys, if you can see my screen.
I can see it.
Oh, cool. All right. So just go through here real quick. We did our intros. Okay, so in terms of the objectives, right? So Michelle talked about how she's focusing on the 6th edition. And by the way, of all the editions, I think the 6th edition is the heftiest in terms of concepts. So the more that you attend and learn from Michelle, the more that you're going to get into the nuts and bolts. They really went into what's called ITTOs, which is inputs, tools, and techniques and outputs. And I lean more on the 6th edition more than the 7th in terms of day-to-day because there's just so much in terms of theories, in terms of concepts that were laid out in the 6th edition. What PMBOK or PMI did for the 7th edition is made it more accessible, right? So our classes, the Friday classes, are geared more towards the practical applications thereof. Michelle's classes are geared more towards the theories, the concepts for you to learn. So between the two, you will be more than ready to take the test. So that's the biggest difference between both of them. Another thing new for the 7th edition, there's a lot more emphasis on agile and hybrid approaches. So as we go along, you're going to learn basic agile, basic lean, Kanban, and things like that. That will be showing up in the test as well. Real world, as I mentioned earlier, our focus is for you to obviously pass the test, but above and beyond that is to become better project managers, right? Because just having those 3 initials after your name doesn't mean much to UCLA if you can't apply it to, everyday life. So we're really hoping, and that's why we have 10 sessions versus the usual Friday to Sunday. And you cram all of the studying and Monday you take the test. Our goal isn't just for you to learn and to pass the test, but also to apply it. We'll also talk about exam strategies, and Michelle is literally the master of this. Her master's is in curriculum development, so she's going to really help you with the test questions and also the reasons why those are the answers and why it's not the right answer. And she does this on an individual basis. So, for example, Kelly, if Michelle notices that you're struggling with procurement, then she's going to hone in on that and give you more procurement related questions. So it's a very individualized approach to each and every one of you. And also, after you pass the test, I think, was it you, Alicia, that was a member of PMI LA? Someone said they were a member of PMI LA.
I'm a member of PMI, but not LA.
Oh, okay, so someone said they were an officer, I forget. Monica, there she is.
Yeah.
Monica, so Monica, do you want to share a little bit about PMI LA and what the benefits of joining a group like that?
Yeah, so we offer a lot of sessions, and we have different departments. I would say is like I'm under membership, and then there's also marketing, There's also finance and operations. We have a lot of activities, mostly every single week we have activities. In addition to that, PMI LA chapter has one chapter of the year in 2025. So we're very
nice.
excited to have thousands of members across LA metropolitan, and we also partner with like PMI OC or PMI San Diego for different programs as well. So
There you go. Thank you so much, Monica. Yeah, I've been a member of PMI OC as well. So we do have programs, but not as robust as PMI LA. So there's a lot of networking, there's a lot of courses, and also getting to know people from other industries and hearing their stories is very helpful because, you know, they encounter different problems and their solutions might have a crossover to healthcare. So I really enjoy talking to folks from other industries and figuring out what they do for their projects. Um, cool. Well, thanks, Monica, for sharing. And guys, get to know Monica. And Monica, if you don't mind, as we go along, sharing how they can join and upcoming activities, would love to promote your activities as well.
thank you.
And so, yeah, so PMI is in over 200 countries, which is insane. It just started out as, you know, in engineering, started out in manufacturing, and now we're all over. And pretty much every industry, you know, takes advantage of the PMP certification. It definitely helps with career advancement. A lot of organizations like UCLA really puts value in the PMP certification. Demonstrates that you have skills, especially in our format, wherein we are going through how you can use these skills on Monday, as we say. And we hope too that, you know, you start looking into what are some of the other activities, you know, even outside of LA, outside of California, because there are some PMI global events. If you become active, you can volunteer to be an organizer, and you just get to meet amazing people from all over the world. So it really is an amazing journey. So, all right, now here's the overview of your journey with us. So you'll complete the lectures, and that will qualify for the 35 contact hours. Again, before you apply for the test, reach out to Michelle. She'll help you with that certificate. And also with the application. So you need to capture your experience, right? So don't worry about that right now. But yeah, Michelle will definitely help you capture your experience. And in one of the slides here, we'll go over what is needed based upon if you have a bachelor's or not. So be prepared to be audited. They say 25%, but in our experience, it seems like 1 out of every 3, so more like 30, 33% does get audited. But don't worry, we've never had anyone in the past 8 years get audited, and we weren't able to provide, you know, more information and allow them to take the test. So if you get audited, no worries, we'll help you and you'll be able to sit for the test. So this I checked this morning. So the prices are going to go up for taking the test come August 6th. However, if you are a member, it remains at a 405. So it amongst other things, it pays to be a PMI member. If even if it's just to get to the discount, because if you're not a member, it's 675. So all right. So the PMP exam, right? So the test is 180 questions. You have, you know, a little under 4 hours to complete the test. There's computer-based. During COVID, it was solely computer-based, but now you can go to testing facilities if you want. Now they've made the computer-based pretty straightforward. So you can do it literally in the comfort of your own home. And most people are choosing to do computer-based. As we get to around session 9 and 10, we'll talk more about the exam details. We'll go over this again because it's going to be a big gap between today and the last session. Now, the question types are mostly scenario based. There's a little bit of calculation, but don't worry, Michelle will get you ready for that. A lot of the questions that you'll be going over are long questions. There's a lot to understand, and there are some techniques to approach it. And also, I'd like to mention that when Michelle starts giving you like long form, 50 items that you need to do, 100 items you need to do towards the end, it's a combination of knowing the material, but also the physical aspect of taking the test. A lot of people fail the test because they're not prepared physically for it. The focus you need to have to sit down for a 4-hour exam is intense. And if you don't prep for that, your brain will start shutting down halfway through. And I'd love for Michelle to talk a little bit more, because if anyone has taken a lot of tests, it's Michelle here.
Yes, I have. Standardized tests are my jam. Okay,
That's
so I will say, like, okay, I'm also a public school teacher. We give standardized tests every year. We go over the same thing, just like it is for a 14-year-old. It's the same for an adult. When you're sitting for an exam that's really long like this, you do have to have some testing resilience, which is why we want to give you practice exams. Before you go off on your own to study and get ready, I do have practice exams for you that are 180 questions long so that you can sit and see how long you take. My suggestion for that is always, always that you treat it like an actual test and do a testing environment. Kick your kids out, kick your husband out, kick your spouse out, kick your partner out, kick your kid out. Set up your testing environment with a timer and simulate that actual testing environment to see how you feel in the first 30 minutes versus the first hour versus the first 90 minutes, right? And all the way to 4 hours, which is a very long test. There are 2 ways to take the test. You can do it virtually at home in your own environment. Just know that, of course, there's lots of testing protocols for that. And you want to make sure that your computer is up to date, it runs the software correctly, you have a quiet home, that again, when you have your test scheduled, if you live with anyone, kick them out of the house for 4 hours, because you cannot have people knocking on your door. You can't have people making noise. You are proctored on the online exam. And if they hear someone outside your door, right, they're going to say, well, what are they saying to you? The online version has a whiteboard for you so that you can, like, we'll go over scheduling and cost, which is where you'll really, some of you, if you're more tactile like me, you want to write out and diagram your schedule, or you have to do your cost calculation. And so you do have that for you within the testing platform. But just know that you cannot use any scratch paper if you do virtual at home. So you have to know that you will be diagramming on a whiteboard on your computer or doing cost calculations on a whiteboard on your computer. Now, not to scare you against virtual testing, that's just what it looks like. And if you're someone who's like, oh, I'm not computer savvy enough to do that, or I feel uncomfortable doing that, I don't know if I can, then opt for in-person. Like, they offer the PMP 5 minutes from my house on Lake Avenue in Pasadena, and they offer it a ton of times. Like, I looked it up and it's through Pearson, it's right over there. So you guys can do that PMP exam in person if you prefer, and then you don't have to worry about any of those constraints that you have for virtual. So the testing, I don't give it to you at the beginning, but at the end of our cohort, I will give you a website where you can make your own tests and you can increase the number of questions, and you can make tests on specific domains. So I'm going to make a test that's 25 questions long just on scheduling. And the testing site will tell you, okay, 25 questions, you got 35 minutes. And it will have that little clock for you so that you can start pacing yourself. My recommendation is you don't have to take the test a week after you're done with the cohort study. But if you're going to take it 4 weeks after, then week number 1, give yourself a mix of all the questions. So it kind of mimics the PMP exam, and select all domains, PMBOK 6 and 7, and give yourself 30 questions and do 30 questions for that week, right? And see how long it takes. Can you finish it? The next week, double it, 60 questions, then double that, right? 120 questions, then get to 180 questions, and be taking those exams and sitting a couple times to see how long I can do. And you can count it as studying as well, because when you take it on this testing site, you'll take it and then it will score it for you and it will give you rationales for your answer. You can see what you got correct or incorrect. But that way you have intentional studying so that you can approach the exam successfully. Because if you just go into the exam cold and you haven't really taken and sat for 4 hours, even if you just do it once, that is better than doing it 0 times, because you will know what to expect and you will also know where your brain starts to falter, right? If you take it online, you have one break. You have one break when you take it online, and I believe it's only 10 minutes. If you take it in person, it's slightly different because there's a in-person proctor, and so I have to look into it, but I just took an exam a couple months ago, and for that like exam that I took, there was not a scheduled break, but you could actually stop and ask because it was in person. And so they're not worried about, oh, they're going to go do this, because everything is in a locked locker. And then they have one restroom, and then they have a proctor who stops your test, starts your test. So those are all the things you want to take into consideration. Only you know what type of test taker you are and what would make you more comfortable and what's more feasible for you. But those are things you can start thinking about now. So you can start looking up exams in your area or looking into what you need in terms of your computer, if it's the software's up to date, et cetera, to take to the exam at home. But yeah, we'll go over that in the study sessions, and I will give you all those materials more towards the end, because your 10 weeks in the cohort is really focused on just getting the information right now. And then we can start making a study plan, implement that over 4 to 6 weeks, and then sign up for your exam.
Thanks, Michelle. So don't feel overwhelmed, guys, that you need to remember all of this. We will repeat this again and again to the point where you're like, okay, we get it. So don't feel overwhelmed. And Michelle is really good at, again, tailoring the study materials for you and the areas that you need to focus on. So it is amazing having that
And
personal
I will also tell
concierge.
you which areas you can ignore, because like the exam is only 10% business case. So if we know that 40% is, resources and people, and the other 50% is this, and that 10%, if you're not doing well in business case, we can kind of say, don't spend too much time on it. Like, we'll go over all that stuff too. And I'll repeat all this to you, but also I will always post it on Google Classroom. You don't have to remember anything. I will post every piece of information I give you. You will have those resources there for you to read yourself.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Michelle. Cool.
I'm so sorry. Before we continue, I have a question
go
for
for
the
it.
entire group. I am about to order the books, and I just noticed that there is the PMBOK in Google Classrooms. Michelle, there is the full version of it. Do we still need to order the books?
I think we always have opened it up for who prefers to have a hard copy book. I think
Physical, yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest, Ernesto did this last year, and everyone preferred to have hard copy so they could have it, because it's a little hard to navigate the PDFs online, especially the 6. But I can make a form for you if you'd like, Noreen, and I could have everyone just fill it out of who would like PMBOK 6 and who would like PMBOK 7.
Sure, absolutely. I just need to know to order it.
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
Okay, thank you.
And thanks so much, Noreen, for remembering that. Yeah. Cool. So, all right. So for the 7th edition, we will go over a lot of the principal foundations, definition of projects, the knowledge, skills, and tools that you need. Value delivery is huge for the 7th edition. We want to make sure that we don't just do projects for the sake of doing it. We really want to underline what is the value that we are providing to our stakeholders. The 6th edition, as Michelle mentioned, it goes deep into the 10 knowledge areas, 49 processes, and inputs, tools, and techniques and outputs, while the 7th edition focuses more on principles and performance domains. So we're going to see more of that as we go along. So these are the principles. Again, this is just to expose you to it. We will go into this in much deeper detail as we go along. But to begin with, we have stewardship, right? Acting responsibly and ethically. Throughout the different editions, PMI has put a lot of emphasis on ethical practices in doing projects because, again, this is globally. So let's just say that different countries around the world have different acceptable ethical practices. And at this point, I actually love to, Mike, pull you in here a little bit because you've worked with different countries and what's the acceptable ethical practice is kind of different from one country to another.
In some countries, it's acceptable to do what you can get away with,
right?
Whether it was honest or even legal. So yeah, there's a vast difference in some of the countries in which you would do projects versus what we do at UCLA. So it's important to know that the audience here is worldwide. So some of the questions are very generic and not specific to how UCLA is. And I don't know if you mentioned of this yet or not, Ian, so I'll do my version of it. There is a lot of questions that kind of ask you the concepts behind certain conditions of a project. And the type of answer that they're going to be looking for is going to be a very PMBOK driven answer, which is by the book, as opposed to by a practical approach. So the practical approach that you might do in real life is not going to be an appropriate answer for the test. What they're going to be looking for is how PMBOK would want you to do it under ideal circumstances. So getting back to what Ian was saying, if you are doing projects that involve other countries, which I've done in my past, in particular, what they would often do they were, in some cases, they were just flat out illegal, not even borderline, just flat out. And it would be up to kind of the project team to proctor those things and keep that from happening. So there's always a little bit of an effort that was unexpected to keep people doing the right things that didn't get us into trouble with local or even countrywide law enforcement.
Thank you, Mike. And wanted to add that color because some of the questions you might think, why are they asking about bribe? Like, this is ridiculous. Well, that word in other countries is not, called a bribe. It's just part of how you do business. And so just things to think about as you're taking the test. It's not about what the practice is, it's about what is ethical. So we'll talk more about that as we go along. We'll talk about leadership. And again, Michelle, her PhD is in leadership theory, so she can definitely provide a lot of insight into that as well. System thinking, right? How to think of processes and not just being reactive to what people want to do in the situation. Adopting, which is the tailoring. Change management. So a lot in PMBOK 7 talks about how we approach change and adaptability, which, as you guys know, with the advent of AI, not being able to adapt is going to be, very detrimental to you. And if you do have questions, go ahead and throw it in the chat. Michelle is monitoring and answering them as well for the book and whatnot. Okay, we're going to talk a lot about resource management, which includes team management and how to motivate, keep your team engaged. We'll talk about stakeholder management, how to keep your stakeholders engaged, different strategies to communicate to them, making sure that they get what they need out of the project. Value, what does value mean? What does it mean for the stakeholders? And how do we make sure that we're always aligned on that? Quality, we have a whole section on quality management and how do you measure quality, both quantitatively and qualitatively. Complexity, this is new in the 7th edition. where we'll talk about navigating complexity. We'll talk a little bit about chaos theory when we get here. And we have different folks that come and join us. We call them friends of UCLA, friends of the cohort. We have guest speakers that we do invite to join, and one of them is an astrophysicist. His name is Constantine. He teaches at Caltech, and I always try to get him to talk about chaos theory, entropy, and in his field, you know, it literally is the largest arena in terms of chaos. So, and he's working on finding Planet Nine, which is such an interesting topic. So we'll have different folks come in and talk about different topics along the way. And of course, risk. We are nothing if not risk managers and hoping to prevent bad things from happening. So these are some of the principles that we'll be going over in the next 10 weeks. The different domains, stakeholder, team, development approach, which life cycle to choose, waterfall, agile, Kanban, planning, how do you organize and coordinate work, the actual execution of the work, doing the work, delivery, this is the, the value, the deliverables that you provide, and how do we measure it? Again, qualitative and quantitative, and of course, risk strategies. How do you mitigate risk? What are the different types of risk? So for PMBOK, there's actually good risk and bad risk, and we'll get into that as we go along. We'll also talk about different industry applications. Obviously, we'll focus on healthcare, but we'll throw into some business examples and some technology examples. I am actually happy to share. I don't think I've shared this with you, Mike. So I wrote a book. It's called Flow Like Water, which pulls together Eastern wisdom from 2,000 years and beyond, from Lao Tzu and all of that, and I married it with the practices of companies today, and see when it works and it doesn't work, all of that. Let me just stop share for just a second. And as of this week, it was picked up by Amazon and Kindle as a feature book. So for a limited time, it's included in their Kindle Unlimited series. So you can actually get the book for free. Kindle pays for it. So yeah, so I dropped the link in the chat. Feel free to grab the book for free. It's going to be free for the next, I think, 2 more weeks. They don't really tell me, they just say limited. So, but yeah, so it's included as a feature book along the same lines of Simon Sinek's Start With Why, along the same lines as the book of the biography of Elon Musk. I know a lot of people are not fans of him, but those are the group that's are the featured Kindle featured books for the month. So it was pretty exciting. I thought it when I saw it in my email, I thought it was spam. One of those congratulations. I'm like, nah. And then I actually went to Amazon Kindle. I'm like, oh, okay, it's actually for real. So yeah, so I'd love to share that with you. So a lot of the examples.
Congratulations, by the way. That's a big deal.
Oh, thanks, Mike. Yeah. It's a labor of love, and especially for you, Mike, and Michelle. Reading it, you were like, "Yep, he told this story. He told this story." So, I put together pretty much a lot of the stories that I've been telling throughout the years about companies and how they did it well, did not do it well, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just put it in a book. So, number one, for me, I could remember the stories that I'm telling. But two, for those who can't attend our cohort, they have it in a digital copy for now. And I am working on doing a voiceover for the Audible, the audiobook. So I'm trying to find the cheapest person out there. So, so if you guys have anyone that wants to practice, let me know. But yeah, so super happy to share the book with you guys. Again, download it now while it's for free. And yeah, you can see that a lot of the examples we're going to be talking about are in the book as well. So let me go back to cool. So yeah, so we have a lot of industry applications, and that book is a good supplement. It's a pretty quick read. It's under 200 pages, so hopefully it's not too hard. All right. Hold on. I lost my place, and okay, cool. Are you seeing the screen with a waterfall? Like literally a waterfall? Okay, good, good. So these are the different developmental approaches. The traditional one is still, in my mind, and Mike, love to get your thoughts here. It's still the sturdiest one. I think waterfall stood the test of time. The Egyptians used it to build the pyramids. Mike used it to build his tower in not Shanghai, Kuala Lumpur,
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. So and I again I love waterfall. I think this is going to be around, as long as we're doing projects. So I think it's pretty sturdy. Agile is great as a adjunct, so to it. But I'd love to get your thoughts, Mike, in terms of the different approaches.
So I think all the approaches have merit as long as you're following an approach. The challenge that I always have is people they claim they're doing agile, but they're not doing anything, and they call it being agile. They don't know that agile itself has things you're supposed to be doing that make it a true methodology. That won't work very well. For certain projects and certain projects that we do, waterfall is the right thing to do because it's very strict, it's medically oriented, it touches patients. You can't do things in piecemeal. It has to kind of go out as a whole so that we don't harm our patients. Now, other types of our projects that we do at UCLA, we can be a little bit more adaptive, and we can start with a kind of a waterfall, but get into an agile approach, that mixture of them, the WAGIL, you do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that, to deliver your project. And for some of our projects, that's a good approach. And then for some of our development projects, pure agile is also right. So it really is matching up the right methodology with the right project to be successful. The challenges come in is if you pick the wrong methodology to execute against your project and the fit isn't comfortable, not having that comfortable fit and not using the right methodology will make your project very hard and very hard to be successful. So from which is the cornerstone, absolutely, waterfall is the cornerstone, and many of our projects will rely on a strict waterfall approach. Others, we can be a little bit more flexible and do the waterfall begin, a little bit of agile execution, waterfall end, so that kind of mixture of the agile. But as a standard by which to learn project management and a standard by which to understand how it works, waterfall really is the bedrock that we all need to know.
Thanks so much, Mike. And Mike hit on a trigger topic for me, which is using it correctly, because people who just don't follow anything, they just say, "Oh, I'm doing agile." So, well, just winging it is not synonymous with doing agile. So, yes. So we only have a few more minutes here. Michelle covered a lot about what to expect. So I'm just gonna jump into the schedule here just for everyone to take a look at. And again, it's gonna be in your classroom as well. Take a look at the schedule here. Just so we should be done by October 17. So if you're planning any trips, just make sure you take into account the schedule. As Michelle said, we won't have a session the week of August 2029. So you can see that here. And so, yeah, so I'll be sending out, or Ernesto, sorry, we'll be sending out the recurring series for the Friday for Michelle's schedule. Just go ahead if you're, in Tuesday or Wednesday, go ahead and block out that 3:30 to 5:30 so people can't, book on top of it. And I'd love to use the last 5 minutes that we have to answer any other questions before we part ways.
And before your questions, I'll just send a reminder. If you look in the chat, there's a link there if you want to order books. 15 of you have filled it out, so there's about 8 who haven't. It's just a yes or no for 6 or 7. And then I can give those numbers to Noreen so she can know how many books are needed. With the exception of Noreen, there's 8 people who aren't here right now. So I don't know if they'll want books or not, but we can at least get started with the 23 who are, or 22 who are present. And then I have already sent out your invites for Google Classroom to your Gmail accounts. So you can log
Awesome.
into emails, press on the link. It should automatically add you to the Google Classroom. If for some reason you're not, you can email me and I'll get you set up before we have a little bit of leeway because you don't see me till the 12th. So if there's any issues, you could just email me and let me know. Oh, perfect. And Alicia already has books, so we're only waiting on like 6 of you.
A little tiny correction. When I asked about the books, I meant the digital copy. I need to check with the bookstore whether they will ship it to people because we don't have a place to store them or distribute the hard copies. So let me do my due diligence check with the bookstore before we promise the books to people, if you don't mind.
We'll send you the
Otherwise, we can stand Michelle on the corner of Westwood and meet us there. We'll have a little hot dog stand going on. There's a baby with a stroller, some corn. So yeah. But yeah, thanks, Noreen, for last time we had to meet people, I believe, in Oppenheimer, but we didn't have that anymore. So we'll figure out the logistics.
For first year, I had to go to Oppenheimer for each person who requested hard copy, and then some people didn't show up, and it was yeah.
So we'll figure out the logistics. Rest
will.
assured that you'll get the
will.
book. So
Yes.
so Noreen, do you want us to ask for a mailing address so that we have it if we need to ship it, or what do you want us to do?
Yeah, but let me check with the bookstore to make sure they ship it.
If they can, okay, got it.
Yeah, and then
Makes
once I
sense.
get the names of the people, I will contact them for the shipping address.
Perfect.
If they ship it, because yeah.
If not, corner of Westwood and Curlin, you have a question.
Ian, just real quickly, will it be possible for me to save them? I see that this is being transcribed. Can I please save the transcript? That way, just in case I miss anything.
Oh, for the Zoom?
For the Zoom.
Yeah, I could send it out. Yeah, so there's a summary that Zoom creates. So I can send it out too. I'll clean it up and take out all of my hot dog jokes and so it's not on official record.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, thank you.
All right. No, that's great. It just takes a little bit because it's a long session. So, but yeah, I'll share it. Cool. Anything else before we go? Again, don't forget to download the link before it starts charging you. It's not much, but I'd rather have you guys get the book for free than have to pay for it.
Regarding the classroom links, Michelle, does that take a bit to arrive or for the classroom to show up?
Let's see who's talking right now.
It's Victor.
Victor, did you request Tuesday or Wednesday?
Tuesday.
You requested Tuesday, and can you tell me what your Gmail address? VictorGonzalez@gmail.com?
Victor Y. Gonzalez.
Yep, it was sent out. So it says that it was sent out to you.
Okay.
Find it in my spam, so maybe just check your spam.
All of you check your spam in your Gmail.
Oh, there you go. Check the spam.
Check your spam.
There it is.
There you go. All right. If you guys don't get anything from us, check your spam. On that note, thank you everyone for your time today. It was great meeting all of you. We will see you again next Friday at 10 o'clock, 10 to 12, and then a quick break, and then we'll be back 2 to 4. Jenny, you have the last question before we go.
I think she's waving bye.
Oh, you're waving. Okay. I was like, man. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend and talk to you soon.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye.